Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there lived a man named Lucas. He was a hard worker, known for his determination and ambition. Since he was a child, Lucas dreamed of being successful. He wanted a big house, a fancy car, and a job that everyone admired. His parents had always taught him that success was the most important thing in life. They worked hard to provide for him, and Lucas wanted to make them proud. As a young boy, Lucas watched his father leave early in the morning and return home late at night. His father often spoke about his goals and dreams of climbing the corporate ladder. Lucas admired this. He thought being successful meant working long hours and never resting. So, he studied hard in school, often spending evenings buried in books instead of playing with friends. He wanted to get the best grades and impress everyone. After finishing school, Lucas got a job at a large marketing firm. He was excited. This was his chance to prove himself. He worked long hours, often skipping lunch and staying late. He wanted to be the best. His boss, Mr. Harris, noticed Lucas's hard work and dedication. Soon, Lucas was promoted to a higher position. This made him feel proud. He thought that more promotions and more money would lead him to happiness. However, as the years went by, Lucas found himself working harder and harder. He was good at what he did, but he was always searching for more. He spent evenings in the office, weekends at networking events, and holidays brainstorming new ideas. Each time he achieved a goal, he only set a bigger one. He felt like he was on a never-ending treadmill, always running but never getting anywhere. Meanwhile, Lucas's personal life was suffering. He had a girlfriend named Sarah whom he loved very much. She was kind and supportive, but Lucas often chose work over spending time with her. They had plans for vacations and romantic dinners, but Lucas canceled them again and again because of work commitments. Sarah tried to be understanding, but deep inside, she felt neglected. One day, Lucas noticed that Sarah seemed distant. He asked her what was wrong, and she revealed, "I feel like I'm competing with your job for your attention. You've changed, Lucas." Lucas brushed it off, thinking she just didn't understand the importance of his work. He promised to make more time for her in the future. As time passed, Lucas continued to climb the corporate ladder. He earned more money and gained more respect. Yet, he felt an emptiness inside. He often forgot to enjoy the little moments in life. Birthdays, holidays, and family gatherings became just another item on his to-do list. Every week, he promised himself that he would balance work and life, but something always pulled him back into his job. One rainy evening, Lucas returned home after a particularly long day. He was exhausted, but he felt pleased with himself. He had just closed a big deal at work. As he walked through the door, he found Sarah sitting on the couch with tears in her eyes. She had been waiting for him, but he had forgotten their planned dinner celebration. Instead of a joyful reunion, there was silence between them. "Lucas, I can't keep doing this," Sarah finally said, looking at him with sadness. "You're always working. You're here, but you're not really here." Lucas opened his mouth to explain, to tell her how important this deal was for their future, but the words caught in his throat. In that moment, Lucas realized how much he had taken Sarah for granted. Her love was genuine, and he had focused only on his work. "I'm sorry, Sarah," he said softly. "I've been so caught up in my goals that I forgot what truly matters." Sarah wiped her tears and nodded, but the damage had been done. That night, she made a tough decision to leave him. Lucas felt his heart break as she walked out the door. Days turned into weeks, and Lucas found himself alone. He threw himself into work, but the joy he once felt was gone. He had achieved success in the eyes of the world, but inside, he felt empty. He missed Sarah's laughter, her support, and the simple moments they shared. He realized he had chased success at the cost of losing the person he loved the most. One evening, after a long day at work, Lucas found himself sitting in his empty apartment. He looked around at the things he had bought with his earnings, a big screen TV, fancy furniture, and the latest gadgets. None of it mattered. His heart ached with regret. He understood that success was not just about promotions or money. It was about love, connection, and happiness. Determined to change, Lucas decided to search for Sarah. He remembered how she loved flowers, so he bought a bouquet before heading to her apartment. When he arrived, his heart raced. He knocked on the door, and after a moment, Sarah opened it. She looked surprised to see him. "Lucas," she said, her voice uncertain. "Can we talk?" he asked, holding out the flowers. "I'm sorry for everything. I lost sight of what truly matters, and that's you. I want to make things right." Sarah hesitated, looking at the flowers. Finally, she stepped aside and let him in. They sat down, and Lucas opened his heart. He shared his regrets, his realization about success, and how much he missed her. He wanted to start over, not just as a successful businessman, but as a loving partner. After listening, Sarah's eyes sparkled with hope. "It will take time, Lucas, but I believe you can change." They talked for hours, sharing their dreams, fears, and what they wanted from life. Over the next few months, Lucas made a real effort to balance his work and his personal life. He learned to say no to extra projects and focus on what made him truly happy. He cherished the time he spent with Sarah, planning little adventures and making new memories together. In chasing success, Lucas had learned a valuable lesson. True success is not just about what you earn or the titles you hold. It's about the love and relationships you nurture along the way. He had spent his life chasing a dream, but in the end, he found what mattered the most right where he had left it, in the heart of the woman he loved. Lucas and Sarah grew closer, and slowly but surely, he found joy in both his work and his love life. They laughed together again, and the heavy burden of regret began to lift. Lucas realized that he was not only successful at work, he was successful in life.